All right, let's go back to Charlie Sheen live, September 11th, 2009. Bob McElvain coming up in about 15 minutes. Charlie Sheen's going to stay with us into the next hour. Charlie, specifically, I was talking to you during the break. You want to issue the challenge. Go ahead.
Let's do it. I issued the challenge to debate Meghan McCain, Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, Bill O'Reilly. Bring them all. Bob McElvain and I will join you on Larry King Live. And you guys bring whatever you got. Bring popular mechanics. Let's call them out as well. And we'll show up with the truth, and we'll just see how it goes. We're not hiding. We're not hiding.
Charlie, Limbaugh, even though every news article said it was a mock letter to give your information to Obama, to get his attention,
right.
Every article out there says it was a mock letter. Limbaugh said it was real today and said Obama really met with you and called him the head truther.
Interesting. Yeah, that seems a little irresponsible for a guy that you know, it's his job to research the news that he's reporting. One would think that was the old description, I guess. Yeah, but again, I think it's you know, with those hit pieces, with the pinhead stuff and whatever else. I didn't see it. I was told about it. It's just it's the classic bullying syndrome. You know, it's you know, they'll oftentimes you'll discover that the bully is really the most scared kid on the playground and doesn't reveal that until he's confronted. You know, and these people are going to keep attacking me as long as I'm not there. But I got to believe that they're, you know, as I said about Meghan, that their tune would be a lot different if I was sitting across from them with my letter and the facts. You know,
you're throwing down the gauntlet.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's time. Enough's enough.
You know, we were having a discussion at your house, and we were both on the same page. I mean, I wake up sometimes in the middle of the night just thinking, my God, if they lied about 9/11, everything else is a lie. They've been caught lying about WMDs and yellow cake and everything else. I mean, how can we just let them sweep this under the rug of history? In fact, you have a line in your letter dealing with that. Yeah,
I do. They just you know, they create the party line. They say it over and over. It's as I talk about in the piece, the media mantras, you know, of disrespecting the memories of the victims, and you know, it's again, like I said earlier, if it's on television, it must be true. You know, we got to get people to smash that paradigm. We got to get them to start pulling back the curtain and start calling these people out and start saying no, this is not how we feel. This is not what we believe. This is not our stand. Stop misrepresenting us. Stop telling us for 8 years now what the truth is about how we feel.
Well, the majority of the victims' families, and if the media listening wants me to give them their names, and the majority of the families, what in polls, over 70% that were asked said they didn't like the commission and thought it was a lie, and 6 of the 10 commission members and 2 of their council members, so a total of 8, say it's a complete fraud and a lie, and that said that there should be criminal investigations of the White House and Pentagon. I mean, this is in the Washington Post and Associated Press, and we're bad because we're going, hey, the commission says it's a lie?
Yeah, I think that's another part of this whole media spin machine is that they're now, you know, day 2, day 3, day 4 into this thing. They're taking everything that I have illustrated in the bullet points, and they're putting these as words, thoughts, opinions, theories from my mouth. Stay
there.
Okay.
Got a break. Charlie Sheen. Stay with us. Back in 1 minute. It's one of the biggest stories out there right now. We have retaken 9/11. The establishment's tried to put out a distorted view of history when their story's always changed. Our questions are unchanging and must be answered. It is a fact that 6 of the 10 commissioners say it's a fraud from the 9/11 Commission itself, appointed by Bush. We demand a new congressional investigation. Charlie, you got cut off by the break there. Finish up the point you were making about how the media will never focus on what you said. They always distort what you're saying.
Yeah, and then they're putting, you know, words in my mouth that these are my opinions, my theories, these are my beliefs, and when in fact it's just, you know, it's they're drawing from the bullet points and turning them into my words, and they're now saying that, you know, that I said that the CIA was working with bin Laden and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And they're ignoring the fact that that was Sibel Edmonds, FBI translator, who just broke her gag order, you know? And they're saying that I'm insisting this was an inside job orchestrated by the Bush cabal and so on and so forth. When in fact, I'm just pointing out that, that to look at these glaring inconsistencies. Because, Alex, let's face it, how many points did you and I go through to bring it down to 20?
Probably 300.
Probably 300, yeah. Should we reveal why it's 20, Alex? Nobody's picked up on this, have they?
It's 20/20. It's 20 minutes. It's 20 points. 20/20 vision.
What's 9 plus 11?
20.
Yeah. Ooh, Charlie Sheen, the numerologist. Ooh, I can hear it now.
No, but it's the establishment that's obsessed with that.
Yes.
I mean, look, we have a White House that day one said Iraq did it, and it turned out they knew Iraq wasn't involved. Even if you believe the official story, they premeditatedly, that came out in the White House memo and the Downing Street memos. That's mainstream British news. Right. The White House confirmed that they wanted to shoot down U.S. aircraft or get them shot down to blame it on Saddam, that they knew Saddam wasn't involved. They knew he didn't have yellow cake or nuclear bombs. They knew he didn't have weapon systems. And they persecuted the inspectors that told the truth. And so if they'll lie about WMDs and go kill over 1 million Iraqis and 5,000 U.S. troops, what else will they do?
I mean, you tell me. It seems like their record is a little tarnished going in. A little bit tarnished.
Well, even MSNBC and Cy Hirsch reported that Cheney wanted to paint up U.S. ships like Iranian ships and have them attack our destroyers.
Exactly. And as we discussed earlier, this is the same guy that was the only person alive that had shoot-down authority, had the authority to call for sorties on the hijacked airliners. So let's talk about that. Talk about that, Sean Hannity. Talk about that, Bill O'Reilly. Talk about that, Rushland. Talk about that, Meghan McCain. Just talk about it. Just talk about it. Let's just discuss it.
I guess
I would love to hear their thoughts about that, because if unless they're going to spend the entire time criticizing me and the things they think I've done or have done, then let's talk about what's really going on.
Charlie, there's no doubt that you are risking a lot doing this. There's no doubt we're risking our lives doing this. These are murderers. Some of these people that run these dark systems. Again, why did you do this?
Well, let me illustrate one thing. There's been a little heat from the corporate side of my workplace, and what I've explained to them is, hey, this is where I work, but I live in the real world, and so I'm sorry, I can't stand idly by any longer and just pretend like all this stuff is going to fix itself. And if I've got a platform that others don't, that others need, if I've got a voice that can be of service to those that need me, then I'm going to use it. And I had an amazing example growing up of my father, who stood in the face of tyranny my entire life and was ridiculed and criticized and called insane and misguided and uninformed and a radical and a tinfoil hat wearer, and I had that as an example of a guy that just believed in the truth and believed in humanity, and believed in goodwill, and believed in bringing hope to the hopeless.
Charlie, we've got to break again. I want to come back and speak about that, go through more of the points, and we're going to go to Bob McIlvaine as well after this quick break. By the power of